What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the first episode in our coverage of Sheltered. My name is Splattercat. Happy to have you here today as we hang out for a little while and check out a survival game, which was put out by Team 17. If you haven't checked out Sheltered just yet, you'll remember that a while back I played a game called This War of Mine. Very, very similar, except that Sheltered, instead of being on a battlefield, it takes place in a post-apocalyptic future where you've got a family and they're in a bunker and you got to help them survive. So if you took This War of Mine and mixed it maybe with 60 seconds, you'd be pretty close to the mark with a little bit of extra sims added in for fun. So without further ado, there's a lot of stuff we have to get done here today, so I figured I would bring you all along right now. I'm going to go ahead and click slot 3 real fast because that's already taken care of, and I've played this game a bit. I think I've got about 5 or 6 hours in game right now. I'm hoping this series can help people out and help them like learn the game as we go through, because the game does have a lot of like random little things that you might not notice otherwise. Still, we got to make our first couple characters, and I want her to have 2 dads. I'm going to fulfill my lifelong dream of having 2 dads right now. So we've got like pants, we've got tops. You can put whatever you want on right now. You can even remove the eyebrows if you want. I can't go for that though, although weirdly enough, nobody has any eyebrows. I never noticed that till just now. His name is Martha. Well then, let's go for, I don't know, I like skin, that'll work right there. We'll do like some Italian pantsuit legs or something with some Sperry's on them. Yep, hard shoes to look tough in, Sperry's. Sperry's are a weird set of shoes that, like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen them before, but Sperry's are like those shoes that they look kind of like moccasins that you wear on a boat. Like people that wear shorty shorts like them. I don't know, they look like Sperry's to me though in the picture. Hard to look tough in Sperry's. However, I think the hairstyle is right on for the first dad. So let's go ahead and turn that black real quick. His top. What do I want to do with the top? Well, I need to put it in a color right now that actually looks a little bit better. Looks a little slovenly up in front, like he got home from work and then the world blew up. That may be exactly what happened. I'm going to go for, yeah, we'll go with the tank top right there. Although that color is all off. I don't know if I can handle that right now. Let's go with, oh, there it is right there. He's a fancy lady. I think I'm going to go for, let's see, skin color, make him a little bit tanned out like he's been walking in the sun for a while. That'll work, and his name will be Fabian. Hooray! And then we got to choose a trait. I don't really know what any of the traits do because they don't do anything when you mouse over them. Just know that they do stuff. I don't know if it's sort of like back when I played RimWorld. There's a weird gap right there. Don't worry about it. It was an accident. I didn't mean to. So anyways, the traits do things. I assume some of them are self-explanatory, like hygienic. I bet he like gets dirty slower or something like that. However, small eater, pretty obvious. Courageous, no clue what that does. Deep sleeper probably makes him sleep faster. Proactive probably makes him build and clean faster. I'm not really sure. Like some of these, it sort of seems like you would know what they would do most of the time, but really, I'm not entirely sure. I played the game some. I sort of just pick randomly. I'll probably go with deep sleeper because sleeping takes forever in this game. And then we gotta choose a stats preset. We have good upbringing. No, we don't want that. That's not gonna help in the apocalypse. A good upbringing has never helped anybody. It'll be fine. Well educated, yeah, that might be a decent idea. Intelligent makes it so that you like craft stuff faster. Charisma makes you better at talking with people. You get better trades. Perception makes you find more loot when you go out scavenging. Dexterity does something in combat, and strength does something in combat. I'm going to point out that I've played the game a lot, like 5 or 6 hours worth right now. I've never been in combat once. I have never even seen what combat looks like. I don't know if that's just because I tend to scavenge with charismatic characters, but most of the time I end up trading with people that want to murder me. They'd be like, hey, I'm going to kill you, Fabian. I'd be like, are you sure you don't want to trade these 3 light bulbs for that book? And they'd be like, On second thought, I think I would like to do that. I think we'll probably go with, Street Smart is pretty good. He is going to be our scavenger, so I'm going to have him be Street Smart. He's going to be really, really good at scavenging, and so that'll be nice. Next, Dad. No, you're not a dad. You're a mom. I guess a mom could be a dad if she had to, but I don't know. I'm going to go with the classical 2-dad configuration, the one that most people would expect. And so with legs, cargo pants look pretty good. Yeah, I can accept that. That seems all right to me. And then we need to go for a top color. That looks all right. I mean, it seems like he just got off of a really, really lax tech support job. I don't think I've ever had an IT job that allowed me to wear cargo pants. I always had to be like in a suit. It sucked. It was the worst. You ever tried to work on a computer underneath a desk while you're wearing a suit and a tie? It's awful. I hate it. It is awful. Still, every now and again it would be okay. Let's take a look here. I want a new body type. Oh, look at that right there. We can give him a broed out sweatshirt with the sleeves cut off. That's kind of cool. Got like a Harry Potter thing going on back here. Maybe, oh, there it is. That's the one that I'm talking about. My second dad knows how to get down. Actually, I would recommend probably you just go with a lot of intelligence-related stats in this game. I haven't seen a single bit of combat, and the intelligence always comes in handy, as does perception. It's a strange game like that. I'll probably keep him male. Let's go ahead. His top color, I can't change that. His skin color. What color do I want my second dad's skin to be? I don't know. It doesn't really matter to me. I mean, I could just kind of like close my eyes and click. I'm going to do it. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh my god, my finger hurts. Oh, he's super white. Well, there you go. It fell down to the cards. We ended up with sort of like a slightly suntanned, slightly sunburned second dad. So I guess that's what the cards wanted. Did you ever do that where you like flip a coin? Or you can't decide like what restaurant you want to go to, or you can't decide like what game you want to get, or you like flip a coin on it. But then in flipping the coin, you get the result where you're like, oh, I don't want that. And then you realize the other one was what you wanted. I do that all the time. It's the weirdest psychological affirmation technique, but I do that all the time. The one that I'm most upset about when it lands on it, I'm like, oh, that's the one that I actually want. It's probably written about in a book somewhere. I don't know. I don't talk to psychologists. Psychologist walking along the street is like, whoa, don't talk to me, psychologist. I got nothing for you right now. It's been a long day. I'm recording this like super late at night after a long ass day at work. Let's see here. We've got... What was I going to do? This is an awkward situation for me. Oh, yeah. I wanted to change his head type. Everybody likes to get different types of heads. There we go. We'll take that one right there. That looks like the dad's like, I thought this was America. Fighting up in the bleachers during a Little League game. That episode was remarkably on point. What I remember about Little League games was pretty much dads getting drunk and fighting each other, and then most of the kids sort of just being like, well, my dad kind of wants me to be here, so I am. That's what I remember about baseball the most. Hockey, on the other hand, was awesome because there's basically no rules, and you can just hit people whenever you want. Nobody gets mad about it. I don't know. I enjoyed playing hockey compared to baseball. Baseball was fun. Hockey was amazing. Let's go and small eater. I always wanted to play rugby, but people in the United States don't play that. So it's like if you want to join a rugby team, you know, like travel to a different country. So mostly I just watch it and fantasize. I think, was that a weird sentence? I feel like that sentence was weird. All right, so I'm going to make him resourceful. And my second dad is going to be really, really good at stealing things too. Sounds great to me. Next up, the second dad. We're going to name him Dad Number... No, I can't do a pound sign. His name was going to be Dad Number 2. Well, shit. Dad Number... No, not Dad Number T. That doesn't work. We'll make him Dad... You know what? He's going to be Dad Number T. Never mind. That's all that I want. It works out. I don't care anymore. He's Dad Number T. This is what happens. Never mind. We're not going... I don't want to talk about it. Let's have some kids between our two dads. I think that I would like to have 2 daughters for my 2 dads. And the first daughter will be really, really good at punching people. So she's going to be hyper? I don't know how helpful that would be. She's going to be a bully. She's going to be good at just like giving people that hard and rough thuggin' love. And her name is going to be Henry. Now the females, it's a little bit lame because you can't customize their outfits very much. But she's going to be angelic. You can't change their pants or like their body. Like you can't change their clothes or anything like that because the game's in early access right now. And I think they may have worked on like the male models or something first. I'm not really so sure. But when I click, nothing happens. So at that point, I assume nothing's going to happen. We'll go for leggy type. Where is that at? Bottom color? Yeah, she'll be angelic. That's a terrible color scheme to go with in the apocalypse. You know it's not going to work out. Her hair color will be black. You can change her hair type though. There's a bouffant one right there. I'm going to go with that one. She looks like she'd be pretty good at punching people. We'll call her Puncharella. There we go. She's going to be good. That's going to be a name that reminds me what she's good at because I always forget what my characters are good at. She can be optimistic about punching people. Sure, why not? Sounds good to me. And then my next daughter. I will make her head type. Yeah, she'll have a ponytail. That seems good. She's also going to have black hair. And then I'll leave her skin where it's at. And then her color is going to, her bottom color is going to be black. And then her top color is also going to be black so that I can figure out who's, oh, that's like a slightly brownish color. That makes me sad. Why would you do this to me, developers? Why? Well, then, I'll go for a bottom color that is closer aligned to what I... Man, there's no true black, isn't there? Well, fine, then. I don't care anymore. Her name shall be Jennifer, and she will be really, really good at talking to people. And so, we'll call her... Oh, I don't know. We'll call her Kathy, because she's chatty. I've never understood why I was a chatty Kathy. Like, shouldn't it be like a Chatty Charlene? Like, shouldn't it be another name? If it was going to be alliterative, shouldn't it be 2 words that start with CH? Kathy doesn't have CH in it. I don't know. It never worked for me. We will make her optimistic, maybe. Do people like optimistic people? Well, fine then. She'll be optimistic, and then she will be really, really, really good at talking to fools. Oh, maybe there she is. Well-spoken. That'll work. And so anytime something happens, she's going to be talking to people so that we can get better roles and better trades. Hooray! And so now we have everybody. The family name will be... the Battle Bladders. No! We're 1 letter short. That makes me so upset. Well, fine then. We will be... The Brit... That's going to be the same amount of letters. I don't like that either. The Beetle Blades. I've used this one already, but you know what? I've never done it on YouTube, so nobody is any wiser. My dog's name will be Mecha Scooch. That sounds good. No, not Mech Scooch. Mecha Scooch. Damn it, fingers. Undermining my ability to make good YouTube content. Alright, onwards we go. I clicked... No, I don't want the tutorial. I think I've played the game enough at that. That binder right there looked like it... I don't know. It looks like one of the binders that you would have that would open, but it looks like it shouldn't open. When they have that many rings, they never open because it's too complicated and it confuses people. So welcome to Sheltered. There's a lot of things we need to be aware of. You can click on like this thing over here to look at what everybody needs. You have water. You actually can press. There's a thing you can press to make this all show up. I can't remember what it is. Tab? No. There's a thing you can do that like makes all the labels show, but I can't remember now. Thirst, hunger, tiredness, toilet, just in case you got to make a duty, and dirtiness, just in case you got to make a dirty. So we've got stress and we've got trauma at the bottom. Those shouldn't be a problem until later on. The dog eats rats, which is pretty cool. We start out with some supplies. Let's have a look at those. You actually control the game. WASD makes you move around like so. Right-clicking makes it so that you open up basically contextual menus on everything. The dog's going to walk off that way and go sniff some gas. Good for you. Kill some brain cells. Put yourself in a good mood. We started out with 8 fuel, 8 duct tape, about 40 wood. We started out with 25 metal, 24 nails. We started out with 24 wool, springs, pipes, assorted random pieces of machinery because we can upgrade everything inside of our base. However, you only pause when you're inside of menus. I've looked everywhere for a way to like pause the game while I do other stuff, but I don't think you can. We've got nylon. We've got some anti-radiation tablets. We actually didn't start with any rope, and that is unfortunate. That is really, really bad. But we did start with leather, which is pretty bomb, so we'll figure that out. We got a bucket, we got some plastic, we've got some limestone, and no sand. If we had limestone and sand, we could make concrete. Unfortunately, we don't have either of those things. So what we want to do for right now, up on the top of the map, you will see an RV. We have to fix this so that we can drive around. You will see our water filter, which is kind of busted. It doesn't do a great job. There's definitely some floaties in the water. We've got an oxygen filter. Also some floaties in our oxygen. It is unfortunate, but we will live with it. Down here, you will see our workbench. So the first thing that I like to do is actually rearrange my base. So I'm going to right-click on my workbench, and I am going to rearrange my shelter. I would actually like for this to be closer to the wall so that I have room to do other things. And they actually don't do like an amazing job in this game of like crunching things together. And so I would recommend that you do this, otherwise you will probably regret it. I would highly recommend going through and squishing everything together because it will make your life easier. I don't know if we can actually move all these. Oh, we can. What do you know? Well, I'm going to go in. I'm going to crunch these in a little bit tighter because you're going to need space in this game. And if you get unlucky and you don't get any concrete in the beginning of the game, you are hosed. And so, can I move that too? Oh, I can. Can't I? No, I broke the universe. Here, go back over there. I saw a green spot. There it is. And you hit the space bar to finalize it, and everything will stay right where it's at. So the first thing that we're going to need to do, we've got supplies. We need to upgrade our workbench to level 2. So I'm going to click on this, and you're going to see upgrade level 2 right here, I think. It's going to take 5 wood, 10 nails, and 5 plastic. Sounds good to me. He's going to go downstairs and work on it. Life is all fresh and great. Shirtless dad number 2 is walking around looking very threatening. I think he might punch somebody. I am worried about abuse occurring. We've got a journal over here. It doesn't really do much as of right now. I'm assuming that's going to be something they're going to expand on in the future. We've got sticky notes over here just in case you're one of those people. We've got 10 cans of food, and we've got about 15 gallons of water. When it rains, our water refills. This actually pipes straight up through here, and it's all good to go. What I would recommend from dad number 2 is that we definitely hustle to make ourselves a second water butt. I had water butt earlier this week. It totally sucked. I think we should probably, it's capable of storing 20. Well, that's not good enough. I want to, we got to wait for the upgrade to be done. So instead, I'm going to wait for level 2 to happen. You want to speed the game up, go ahead and hold down the shift key. It will make you happy. You have to feed your dog. His dog bowl, if you click on people and left click around, you can move them around. This dog bowl, you have to put food in it, otherwise your dog dies and everybody gets sad, and then you eat him, and then they get even sadder because they're a bunch of ingrates. The dog died for our nutrition, and unfortunately, people just can't get on board with that. I'm not really sure. I don't know. If I died, I would want my children to eat me if I knew it would mean that they would survive for another day. That kind of reminds me of the Whitest Kids You Know skit where they had the cannibalism thing where they had to decide who had to eat the wiener. I don't know. It was pretty funny. I thought it was a funny skit. It was one of the funniest ones I thought they ever did. That and the one where he smokes pot with a dinosaur. That one was pretty funny too. Where he invites a bunch of dinosaurs over to his house and gets high with them. I thought that was pretty funny too. Anyways, it was a little bit non sequitur. Don't worry about it. If you've never seen it, I highly recommend it though. You should probably jump in on that. I am going to move dad number 1 up to the top, Fabian. Fabian's hungry. We actually need to work on things that will fix our sleep. There's a bunny! A delicious, wonderful, plump bunny made of meat. So I'm going to send my daughter over here to drink water. I'm going to send you over here to eat. Actually, I'm going to make you wait on the foodles. You don't need it right now. You're just being greedy with your eyes and your heart. I think I'm going to set up an expedition. We are going to send out... He's got what? He's got 9 perception? What does this guy have? He also has 9 perception. Okay. Well, I'm going to send out dad number 2 then. It's important that when you send people out, that when you get to this part right here, that you do as many things as possible before you leave. You will regret it if you do not. Did I equip my... I didn't equip my equipment yet. That comes after this. So there's a small house. This is the map screen. There's a small house, there's a church, and a school. I'm going to go to the small house, and then I'm going to go to the church, and then I'm going to come back home. The reason why you probably want to take it easy, actually, let's just chill for a bit until we get some rain. I think that's a bad idea. So when you travel, it costs you water, and we actually don't have a lot of water right now. And if we run out of water, it's going to make me super sad, super cereal. So what I want to do right now is we are going to craft ourselves a tier 2 bed, and it is going to be the shiznit. It is going to go over here as crammed in as we can get it. Yep, just like that. Perfect. We're going to put the bed right next to the food, which will lie by our head instead of putting it on this side. In this game, you want to be careful about where you put your bed and where you put your food. Like, let's say we have a toilet bucket and we put it right here under our food. Our characters will be sick all the time, and it'll totally suck. It's day number 2. They will constantly be like, this chicken tastes kind of like farts. And you'll be like, yeah. We've been fanning the cantaloupe right next to the food, and unfortunately, I think it's caused problems. You can actually sort of deprive your dog of food by waiting till his health gets low, but I wouldn't recommend it. Everybody else is looking okay right now. I think he'll probably be alright for a little bit. Let's give him some water. We are going to have to build ourselves a shower, too, because these people are like the dirtiest, most disgusting human beings on Earth. Like, I will point out, as somebody that's into survival, I've gone like 2 weeks without bathing. I've done it. It's perfectly doable, and most people will never know the difference. After, like, day 5, it's all the same. You just smell really, really bad. That's all that there is to it. Don't worry, I was on an expedition. There were no showers available. If you get really lucky, you can go skinny dipping in a creek, but that's about the best bonus you're going to get. I would highly recommend that we make a second water barrel, and if we don't do that, our life is going to be really, really difficult here. You go down here, and no, don't upgrade that. We don't have the parts for that right now. Craft an item, tier 2... I want a tier 2 I want a tier 2 water receptacle, and you need to do that like right now because it's raining, and that's white rain. If you see the color of the rain right there, the white rain is good rain. If the rain is black, it means that it has radiation in it, and you probably don't want to drink that. You will see that our water butt, it filled up, so this would be the time where you would probably want to send somebody out on an expedition because you're refilling your water. If you want to cancel an action, you click up here. Took me forever to find that, for real. It took me an embarrassing amount of time to realize that. I probably played for about 4 hours thinking that you were just locked into whatever decision you made. While it's raining right now, I would love if you would finish that water butt right now so that it would also fill up with water. Can you do that for me, please? Good, because I want to have 50 water. You can click this over here if you want to have an overview of how much fuel you have for the generator, how much water you have, and how much food you have. It's a good idea to keep it open. But we're going to send out dad number 1 on an expedition. So dad number 1, make ready. It's time. We have infinite water right now. And so I'm going to send you to there, to there, and to there. You want to get the maximum mileage out of every single trip that you can. If you have the water, waste it. If you don't have the water, hold back on it. But if you have like tons of water like I do right now, make your expeditions as long as possible. Because the reason for that is when you pick equipment right here, the gas masks, they only last for one expedition. And so every expedition, you want it to be as long and as profitable as possible. And if you don't, you're just wasting gas masks. And so anyways, hit as many locations as you can. I highly recommend it. Always use a gas mask. Always use a weapon. I've never fought anybody, but I figure it's probably a good idea, just in case. I'll hit you with a pipe, mate. But nonetheless, the gas mask makes sure that you don't get radioactivity poisoning when you go out, because you will die from it, and it will totally suck. So we're going to send him out. The first thing we need to do, open that on up. He goes out the airlock with him and his fabulous feathered hair. And then we send him out on adventures. He's going to climb out. Everything's going to be okay. Don't worry about it. You eat food. We don't have a toilet. Ooh, that is problematic. All right, dad number 2, go take a nap. Daughter, I'm going to need you to make a toilet. Preferably a tier 2 toilet, because that is the best sort of toilet. If we can make a tier 3 toilet, that would be even better. But I think I'm going to stick with the tier... Yeah, let's go with the tier 2 toilet for right now. And we'll fix it when we get the chance. This won't fit down here, so unfortunately the torch is... I said the torch. The toilet's going to have to be right next to the dog bowl. He's not going to like it, but I don't think he can tell the difference. This guy's going to radio in, and we're going to accept the transmission. Hello, this is Fabian. We found a small house out in the wasteland. Should I check it out? Search that location, so saith the small child, who has no responsibilities whatsoever towards keeping this family alive. All right, so we're looking pretty good right now. Puncharella's feeling okay. Kathy's feeling okay. Dad number 2 is looking all right, too. Him and his badass man beard. He's going to sleep for a while. This meter will go down very, very slowly. Has the rain changed colors? It can rain all the time. We also need to build a shower, by the way. If we don't build a shower, our life is going to become super rowdy and just gross. And so I'm going to go for a tier 2 shower. Is the shower... Oh, man. You could do a makeshift shower, or you can do a shower. Or we can wait till tier 3, 4. Never mind, tier 4, and we can make an efficient shower, which uses very little water. It's important to realize that whenever you use the shower or the toilet, it costs you a ton of water. So keep an eye on it. I didn't notice this for a while. I knew the shower did, but I didn't notice that the toilet used water either. It sucks. Just be aware that that happens. If you use the bucket toilet, which is the tier 1 version, if you look right here, there's a bucket toilet. That is a real thing in real life, by the way. You put a bucket with sawdust in it, and then you shit in it, and then it's like a human litter box. It sounds gross, but it's actually pretty efficient. That's what they use when you go out to places like... There's a commune near where I live, where people out there, they don't use technology or whatever. It's like a hippie commune. That's what they use out there. It's kind of like, if you've never seen it before, it's kind of like your kitchen counter with a hole in the top that you poop in. And then the top of the counter opens up and they fill it with sawdust. And every day it's just somebody's job to go in there and scoop the kitty. It's not that bad, because what happens is the sawdust dehydrates the poo and the pee, and it's actually pretty easy to clean out. And so if you're in a situation where you don't have a lot of water, that would be the way that I would probably recommend using the toilet, especially if you can't go above ground to like rehydrate everything. She's pooping right now. It's the end of the first episode. My name is Splattercat. See you all later. Hi, everybody. This is Shelter. Check it out down below in the description.